Hello my dear friend, welcome back to my channel. This is Junie's Plan With Me. Today we're going to set up my husband's January bullet journal. I know it's probably already middle of January by the time this video gets released. As some of you may know, I've been busy moving and organizing my new home, so thank you for your patience and I hope this video can bring some inspiration for your February bullet journal if not January. The theme I'm going to do today, as you can see, is the animation movie My Neighbor Totoro. I really wanted to upload this video on January 5th, which was Miyazaki's 80th birthday. It is a little bit late, but hopefully you'll still enjoy watching it. Without further ado, now let's get started. The notebook I chose for my husband's bullet journal this year is this A5 white pro version from Scribbles That Matter. You can get 10% off with my coupon code and I'll leave the link in the description box down below. I didn't film the yearly setup in this notebook mainly because it was really simple, but let me quickly show you here. This notebook comes with one key page and 3 pages of index, and then jump right into the black data spread. Since I've decided to do all movie theme for the whole year, on the first page I just simply wrote down 2021 with a loading bar and a movie clipboard under it. Then on the right side, instead of year in glance, I changed it to 12 boxes that I'm going to place the poster of each month's movie. The next spread is future log, and I put all 12 months together as requested. Then I made a really simple goal and resolution page for my husband, followed by an empty spread where he may use for something else later. And now let's start our today's journey. Oh, almost forgot. The notebook also comes with a black 04 fine liner pen, so today I'll be mainly using this for the setup. I've been a huge fan of Miyazaki for many years and always wanted to do a Studio Ghibli theme ever since I started bullet journaling. But it was so hard to choose one as theme since I love all his amazing works, and in the meanwhile I feel like a few spreads won't be enough to cover all his movies. So I held a poll on my Patreon community and the theme was voted by my Patreon members. If you want to help me deciding the future video content, check it out, link in the right up corner. I'll also upload my bullet journal spreads printables there for you to download. The monthly subscription starts from $1 and your support will mean a lot to me and this channel. Okay, now I'm outlining this big Totoro for the cover page. I actually got inspired from a drawing I found on Pinterest, so I'll also leave the link to it in the description. Last year in July, I started to make the bullet journal setup for my husband, and I was planning to go with minimalism style, but somehow slowly started to add more and more arts in it, so I hope you don't mind, and in the meanwhile for the color choice, I still continue to only use black as the main color. As for the coloring part, I'm using Arteza gouache because they're too much to black out. Of course, you can also use either brush pen or maybe acrylics, whatever pigment works for you. I believe My Neighbor Totoro is the second Miyazaki movie I watched after Spirited Away. And because I'm going to do this theme, I just rewatched again to find more inspiration. It just feels so different from when I first watched it when I was young. After becoming an adult and step into the complicated society, then going back to the world Miyazaki created, I found some simple happiness and pure relaxing moment that I feel I've lost for a long time. So if you haven't watched it yet, go ahead and check it out, and if you watched it before when you were young, I still highly recommend you to rewatch it again because there will be something different. Anyway, after adding some clown and butterflies, I decided to also write down the movie name with the original font on the poster, which is called Spumini font I believe. Then I'll continue to use it for the rest of today's setup. Usually I use the whole spread for cover page as well as for the monthly view, but it seems like that my husband doesn't use these 2 pages that much, so I decided to combine them together to save papers. Also because he values functionality more than pretty. Under the title January, I draw a small calendar. Each day is 3x3 if you use the same layout in A5 notebook. Then under it, I write down the goal and to-do list with the Totoro's favorite food acorn next to them. That's it for this first spread. On the next page, I'm going to have habit plus eating time plus weight plus mood tracker. As I mentioned earlier, I want this bujo to be more functional for my husband to use, and recently he's trying to figure out the relationship between those activities for better eating habit and weight control. Again, I use the X and Y axis layout, using X axis as dates and days in weeks, Y axis as habits, eating time, and weight. Then on the leftover space, I start to draw these lovely black creatures, and I believe they're called traveling suit or suit spirits. I try to make them look cute, but with only eyes, there is a limitation. And they just look like something's missing. Right now, they're more like some kind of single-cell creature, but my husband came over at this point and I asked him what to do. He said,
"It's because you don't have the legs. That's why they're more cute, because they have long legs and arms." See? Instantly it's cuter.
He's right. I couldn't believe I forgot to draw the legs. But thanks to him, our suit spirits get so much cuter now. And I also try to give them some story behind it. Like some of them are chasing around each other, some are dancing along, and some of them are curious about the tracking result. Anyway, it's just so fun to give personality to every single one of them. And at the end, I also put the legend on the right up corner using black, gray, and white to represent different moods. And hopefully this page can end up with as many cute black kitties as possible. Okay, now let's move on to the next spread, Brain Dump. Here I'm going to draw the scene when May first found Totoro, and as an innocent kid, she was not afraid of him at all. Instead, she climbed onto his body and fell asleep together. It's just such a heartwarming scene for me. As I'm drawing his beard, I realized that I forgot to draw it on the cover page, so I go back and add them on. I knew something was missing because it just looked a little bit weird, but now it looks much better. After fixing that, it's finally time to do the weekly spread. As requested, I also combined 2 weeks together on one spread. And since this video was filmed on the 5th or 6th, I don't remember exactly when, but at that time the first week was already gone, so I skipped the first week and start directly from the second week, the 4th. After stamping on the dates, I start to write down Monday to Friday. Then for Saturday and Sunday, I combine them together, so I just decided to use W to represent weekends. Same on the other page for the next week. Then I step on a small calendar on the left-hand corner as a week reference and use the red space for note. If you watched my previous bujo setup, you know I love using Dutch door. So here I cut away 8 dots on the bottom of the right page to make a simple Dutch door so the note section can be shared in the whole month range. A lot of you ask me about this corner cutter. I actually got it from Daiso. It's a Japanese $1.5 chain store, similar to Dollar Tree if you know it. So I don't really have a link to this specific product, but you can just simply search for round corner cutter on Amazon and there should be some similar products. For the week 3 and week 4, I use the same layout as the previous one, and each day is about 12 by 10 if the number helps. Then on the bottom, I'm drawing in those 2 cute Totoros, also from a scene in the movie. They just look so cute. The bigger one is even carrying a bag, and guess what's in there? Yep, food, acorns. I love how Miyazaki gave them some human personalities and made them more adorable. So yeah, that's all I want to share with you in today's video. I try to make the setup clean and simple, and I also try not to talk about too much about what happened in the movie so you won't get spoiled if you haven't watched it yet. Again, thank you my Patreon members for voting this theme for me. If you like this video, please click like and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to turn on the bell so you can receive notifications when I upload new videos. Although January is halfway gone, I still hope you have an amazing January, and I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye!